Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my Masters Madrid playoff pick'ems. Just going to go through every game, pick who I think is going to win the tournament. This one is going to be very weird because I genuinely think there is an opportunity for every team here to win the tournament, and also a good chance that any team here goes out 0-2. Obviously, there's more of a chance that certain teams do it than other teams, but I just think that's kind of where we are as an esport, which is very, very good. So let me know what you think of my pick'ems in the comments below. But before we get into stuff, I do want to just shout out that I do have a podcast coming out in about an hour. I'll try to link it in the description. Last time I did forget to do that. So I'm going to do it right after I'm done recording this, so I'll probably remember. But in case I don't, just yell at me in the comments. I'll link it there. Yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll start with the battle of the two Pacific teams in Gen.G and PaperX. Gen.G got out of the groups 2-0, beating Loud and I believe EDG. Who was the other team they beat? I forgot. Yes, it was EDG. This game, I mean, yeah, both very close games, both highly entertaining games. Texture looks like a top 2 duelist in the world, probably the best Jet right now. And yeah, he's just on fire. Meteor started to heat up towards the end of groups. I thought his Jet on split looked really good. I thought, I forget what the last map was. It's been too long since I've actually thought about these teams. I already know what I'm picking, but yeah, Meteor looked really good towards the end. Charon was so good. I think he's a top 2 controller in the world. But you got that team going up against PaperX, who another team that kind of slowly improved throughout groups. The first 2 games were kind of eh. I think they started to get better towards the end of the Heretics game. Then at the beginning of the Carmine Core game, they kind of just they started off. I mean, actually, they started off really hot on Bind, but then on Lotus, it was because their comp is really bad. But the last map, I thought they looked like you expect PaperX to against the top team. And honestly, I picked PaperX against Carmine Core, and I don't think I picked them against Heretics, though. But I picked PaperX against Carmine Core just strictly because of the matchup, and I think I'm going to do that here again. I think they beat Gen.G, the young team, on an international stage, their first playoff game here. And I think PaperX makes it through against what is probably the better overall team in Gen.G. And I know Gen.G beat them back in Pacific, but PaperX also won the BO3 and that earlier in groups, and that's going to be what this is. So I slightly favor them here, even though Gen.G is the better team. Then we have the Americas rematch in Sentinels versus Loud. This one wasn't as difficult for me. I think Loud had quite a few moments where they looked very weak, especially against Gen.G. Who else did they play? What was the other team they played? Against FPX. They also had some kind of troll moments against FPX. I mean, obviously they looked like Loud against EDG, and you're going to take that more so over everything else. But Sentinels look like easily the best team in the tournament. I know I said that there's a chance that every team goes out 0-2, but realistically, if you're betting Sentinels to go out 0-2, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Then we'll go Gen.G Loud in the lowers here. Personally, I favor Loud here in the rematch against a team that they should have beaten in groups, realistically, because they barely lost Icebox. I think they should have won that map. I believe they barely lost it. Actually, we'll go back. We'll go back and look just to make sure. They barely lost Icebox, then they won Breeze. They should have won that 2-0, I think. And I'm going to take them here to beat Gen.G in this rematch after they fix some of their mistakes and have overall just kind of gotten more cohesive as a team. Then we have Sentinels PaperX. PaperX, after winning 3 games in a row here against Sentinels, who I mean, are also on a 3-game win streak, but actually more than that. But well, that's not the point. Paper Rex are kind of on a hot streak in this scenario, and honestly, I have a hard time not taking Paper Rex here. I understand that they are the worse team than Sentinels. I'm not saying that they're the better team. But I think eventually Sentinels has to have a bad game. And also Paper X always wins these upper finals. So I'm going to take them to win this game. Obviously, could be wrong, and I'll tweet out my individual game predictions. So if it's not Sentinels versus Paper X, or if I feel a different way after watching both of the games, then I could change this prediction. But right now, I think I'm going to take Paper X in this hypothetical matchup. Then we have Sentinels versus Loud. Loud coming off of the bounce back game against Gen.G. Another rematch against Sentinels. This is the 4th time they've played in 2 events. And in a BO5 here, I'm going to take Sentinels again. I don't think Loud's map pool is good enough. I think they've had some really shaky moments on multiple maps. If they go back to default comp on Ascent, I think this is definitely doable for them. And I could even see them winning the initial matchup. But personally, I just have to have Sentinels going through. And I will also have Sentinels winning their rematch against Paper X in the grand final. Mainly the reason that I had Paper X winning the upper final. But I think this is the most entertaining script, as well as what I think will happen probably for Madrid. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Really looking forward to see who everyone thinks is going to win the tournament. And yeah, go check out the podcast. Link is in the description, probably. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.